So, have you ever wondered what it really takes to lead a world-class hotel? I can tell you, it's so much more than just managing budgets and schedules. It's about mastering the art of leadership. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that means. Hello, and a very warm welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're here to support your professional growth in this incredible industry. Together, we're going to explore what separates a good general manager from a truly great one. And believe me, this isn't just theory from a textbook. We're talking about the real, practical skills that are going to define your entire career. All right, so what does it even mean to be a modern hotel GM? Well, I want you to think of it like this. You're the conductor of a very complex, high-end orchestra. You've got every department, right? Housekeeping, the front desk, the kitchen, they're all your instruments. And your job? It's to make sure they all play in perfect harmony, creating this incredible, unforgettable experience for every single guest. Yeah, it's high stakes, it's demanding, for sure, but I promise you, it is one of the most rewarding roles you could ever imagine. You know, as you go through your studies, you're going to master all sorts of critical skills. We're talking revenue management, marketing, operations, the whole nine yards. But listen, if there's one thing I want you to take away today, it's this. Leadership is the ultimate force multiplier. It is the one skill that takes all your other talents and just elevates them. It's what transforms a good hotel into a truly legendary one. Okay, so before we can even get into the fun stuff, like different leadership styles, we've got to lay the groundwork first. I want you to think of these next 8 principles as the absolute non-negotiables. They are the bedrock, the foundation that every single great leader builds their success upon. All right, let's just quickly walk through these. It all starts with having a clear vision and goals, right? So everyone knows where you're headed. Then comes effective communication to make sure that vision is crystal clear to the whole team. Of course, you have to be a role model and always be fair and consistent. I mean, that's how you build real trust. Then you put it into action. You have to empower your team, give them the tools and the confidence to succeed, and be supportive when they need it. And in this industry, you absolutely have to be flexible and adaptable because things change in a heartbeat. And last, but definitely not least, is a genuine passion for hospitality. You've got to live it and breathe it because that passion, it's totally contagious and it's what drives true excellence. And just so we're clear, these are not just some feel-good ideas I pulled out of a textbook. Mastering these principles is literally the difference between a scathing 2-star review and a glowing 5-star rave. This is how you stop service disasters before they even happen. It's how you build a team that can anticipate what a guest needs before they even have to ask. This is the bedrock of operational excellence. Okay, so we've got our foundation firmly in place. Now, let's start building on it. We're going to dive into 3 really powerful leadership philosophies, but I want you to do me a favor. Don't think of these as rigid boxes you have to squeeze into. Think of them more like different tools in your strategic toolkit. Each one is perfect for a different kind of situation. All right, first up, we have servant leadership. The core idea here is pretty cool. It completely flips that traditional top-down pyramid on its head. In this model, the leader's main job is to serve their team, to make sure they have everything they could possibly need to succeed. It is a team-first philosophy all the way. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The best way to lead is to serve others. See, your job really shifts from just directing people to actively developing them. When you focus on serving your team, on giving them what they need, well, they become empowered to provide that same amazing level of service to your guests. It's this incredibly powerful chain reaction. And the results? Well, they really do speak for themselves. This kind of approach builds a culture where your team feels genuinely valued and supported. And guess what happens when your team is motivated and happy? That exact feeling translates directly to your guests through better, more intuitive, and just plain friendlier service. Okay, next up, let's look at something called transformational leadership. Now, this philosophy is all about vision and inspiration. The leader here isn't just managing the day-to-day stuff. No, they're motivating the entire team to achieve a higher purpose, to really reach for those truly exceptional results. Yeah, this is really about being a storyteller in chief. Your job is to paint this vivid, exciting picture of the future. You inspire your team to see their work as more than just a list of tasks. You help them see that they're part of a mission to create experiences so special, so memorable, that guests will talk about them for years. And the impact here? It's huge. This style really forges high-performing teams, teams that are driven to innovate and to constantly be better. They don't just meet expectations, they're inspired to completely blow them out of the water. And that, of course, leads to incredible guest satisfaction and rock-solid loyalty. And finally, let's touch on authentic leadership. Now, this one sounds simple, but it's so powerful in practice. It's really all about being genuine, being transparent. It means you lead from your core values, and you're completely open and honest with your team. No masks, no pretending to be someone you're not. This quote really gets to the heart of it. Authentic leaders are honest, trustworthy, and reliable. Because with authenticity, trust is the ultimate prize you're trying to win. When your team knows deep down that you mean what you say and that they can count on you, it forges this incredibly strong, resilient bond. And in a hotel, this creates something called psychological safety. It's a huge deal. It means your team feels safe enough to speak up, to suggest a better way to do something, or, and this is a big one, to admit they made a mistake without being afraid. That kind of open, honest communication is the secret ingredient to constantly, day in and day out, improving the guest experience. So there we have it. We've got our foundational principles and we've got our philosophical toolkit. Now for the final step, bringing it all together. This is where you begin to craft your own unique leadership identity. So the big question is, which one is the right style? Well, that's kind of a trick question. See, the single biggest mistake you can make is trying to force one style on every single situation. It doesn't work. A truly great general manager is more of an artist than a robot. They're adaptive. They know how to read the room, they understand their team, and they blend all these principles and philosophies to fit the unique needs of that moment, that specific hotel, and that particular market. And really, this brings us to the most crucial takeaway of the entire day. Your leadership style has to be authentic to who you are. Look, if you're a natural servant leader at heart, trying to fake a big transformational style is just going to fall flat. It won't feel real. The most powerful leaders out there, they don't copy someone else. They build on their own natural strengths, and they make sure that every single thing they do is grounded in those 8 core principles we talked about right at the beginning. So as you continue on your incredible journey with Europe Hotel School, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. What kind of leader will you become? Take some time to really reflect on these principles and philosophies we've discussed. Get to know your own values, your own strengths, because the process of discovering the amazing leader you're going to be, well, that process starts right now.